what is a good life, and how does it relate to education? This is also a difficult one. I'm going to say, actually, this is very relative, of course. These are all kind of opinionated questions, but I think that I measure a good life more based on my level of happiness. There are a lot of people who usually hear that and think, when you have like the American dream is the good life, and that's someone who goes out and is successful and makes a lot of money and is very wealthy. They usually determine a good life by wealth. But you have a lot of people who are wealthy who didn't go on to, college after high school and have managed to become very successful. So I know that I don't think that's how I would base a good life, especially for myself. I do value my education. I think that I think it gives me a sense of confidence, and I would like that the same thing for my children. But I know in this area, my brother is a science teacher at a middle school, a 8th grade science teacher, and he says that a lot of parents in the area don't value education. That the kids go home and he doesn't even assign homework because he knows it won't get done, and no reinforcement. Nobody asks them what they learned. It's more like school stupid. Why are you going? You're going because you have to, but there's no point to it. And although I don't think that's true, I think that a lot of times a lot of what I've learned has occurred outside the classroom. Basic life skills, of course, you don't usually learn a lot of those in the classroom, but I guess some people might, but I'm not so sure a good life would be determined by your level of education. I do think knowledge is power, and the more you know about a certain subject area, the more influence you might have, or the more level of success you might have in that area. But I don't think that it determines whether you have a good life or not. What educational philosophy do I think you are? Well, I think that, like the author said, it's very difficult to put anyone in one category, solely one category. But if I had to choose one area to put you in, I think I would say that you have more of a progressivism approach. I think we do a lot of reflecting on, we do a lot of group work, but it's more to gain individual knowledge, reflecting on what we've learned. Something that comes to mind, critical thinking, I guess, so learning the hows and the whys. I don't know how often we apply the scientific method, but I think in a sense we might. And I think that, a lot of things are left uncertain. You ask very kind of open-ended questions that there's no real right answer. But you want us each individually to kind of be aware that there's many ways to go as far as an educator goes, but to have equal access to the knowledge. I know that you know, with a group of students, you often have a lot of students with different educational philosophies. So coming in and addressing each individual and making sure that they grasp the knowledge that you have to share to help us to become better educators. So I think that's it. Thank you.